Hi everyone. So we have with us Mr. Alan, who's the CEO of Cosmos Center of Education, Trivandrum. Thank you, Alan, sir,
It's a pleasure. It's mine.
for taking time from your busy schedule to spend this session with me.
Absolutely.
I'm really honored because he's such a visionary leader who has run this institute single handedly for the last 2 decades. And today, let's find out a little bit about what makes a visionary leader the person he is. So I'll just ask you a few questions.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, and just be comfortable with this and just let us know your thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, surely, yes.
So you were actually working in UK
Yes.
and you returned back to India. So what was the reason for that?
Well, I studied there. I was nearly 25 years back, and I came back in the year 2008 or 9 summer. And well, there are quite a few reasons as to why I came back. First thing is I've always felt that India is my motherland. So there's no point in living anywhere outside. So that's one thing. You're always a second-class citizen in a foreign country.
Okay,
You are
yeah.
you are safe, you are sound, you are respected in your motherland more than any place else.
Yeah.
So that's first thing. And second thing was I didn't want my son to be growing up in a foreign country.
Mm-hmm.
That was one thing was
Uh-huh.
they mostly what they do is they live in a place where there are more Indians, where there are plenty of
Mhm.
Indians, the Indian areas. So they live there. So what happens is once they have children, they would be expected to send their children to the local state school,
Okay.
the local state school, because there are two different types of schools in the UK. One is say state school, and the one is public school. Public school is basically private school.
Oh, okay.
The private school is very expensive. They say costs about £30,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
like 25 to £30,000 a year for an average private school.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost equivalent to the salary of annual salary of a nurse.
Oh, okay.
So most people who go there in the first place, they wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah.
And what they do is they send their children to the local state school,
Mm-hmm.
which is where they send their children to.
Mm-hmm.
And once they do that, this school, remember, this local school
Mm-hmm.
runs on the funds given by the local people. Does not get enough amount as for their upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, they get less amount
Funding.
from the local government.
Okay.
And as a result, the infrastructure they provide is a bit is not of high quality,
Uh-huh.
which includes the teachers as well.
Oh.
So they may not have the right teachers. So basically, what happens is
The
if you're living
education is-
in a particular area and you send the children to a particular local school, which is
Mhm.
free,
That
state school is
means
free. Okay,
It's not up
state
to
school is
mark.
free. Then perhaps you won't get the right education.
Oh, okay.
So because but you can send another option is you can send your child to a private school,
Mm-hmm.
but that's going to be very expensive. Most
Yeah,
people
so you
don't
won't
do
be
that.
able to afford
Yes,
it.
yeah, you won't be
Yeah.
able to afford it. You send your child to a local school, state school, which again, when you
You're
go
not
to a
giving
school,
them
you don't
the
get the
best
right
education.
funding there, so the quality is low, and also you get the freedom that you get is huge in state schools. There's no one to control you. The discipline, there's no the concept called discipline there.
Oh.
So in private schools, there is more than enough of discipline.
So they're not
So-
getting the right education.
Yes,
basically.
exactly. They don't have the right funding, so they're not the infrastructure is less, and the teaching quality is poor as well in
So
compared
it's
to private
not a good
schools.
place to raise a child.
Yes,
We can't be assured.
in
of
the
giving
state school,
education.
no. But in
Yeah.
the yes, so in the state school, it's a bit difficult. So that's another one for the child. And again, we know when we go there, we
Too
know
much exposure to a
no.
lot.
When we go there,
Yeah.
we know we don't belong there. This is our homeland. We know that.
Yeah.
But the child, when it's born and raised in a foreign country, they wouldn't know
Yeah.
that their motherland is something different,
Yeah.
and they're living there for just on a borrowed it's a borrowed place.
Yeah.
But for them, the place where they live in is where they belong to.
Yeah.
But that's
So
not
it's
how
like a
people.
cultural
Yeah,
identity
yes.
crisis.
So there is people around them may not be treating them like such.
Yeah.
So,
So they get a lot of.
there is a lot of friction in their
confusion.
lives, confusion, friction. We don't want their child to put up with that.
Yeah.
Again, so we can take this as a very honest review of a life
Of
for an
NRI.
immigrant.
Yeah.
So it's not people go there with a very
High expectations.
rosy vision of the future. Of course, with financially, perhaps they might,
Yeah.
but there are other things as well with regard to family. But this is one thing which people have to
Definitely think about. Yeah.
understand what they're getting into.
Yeah.
If
So
you're
it's
going to
not-
raise a family and you're going to have the children grow up there, then perhaps you'll have to think twice. So there were quite a few reasons as to why I left. I didn't want to continue living
Yeah.
in the UK. I mean, especially when you decide to have a family.
Yeah, definitely. So you kept your family in the forefront and you took a decision to come
Yes.
back to your homeland and
absolutely.
settle off here and
Yes.
raise your son in a
Yes,
very,
yes.
I would say, holistic environment.
Yes, yes.
Right?